What role did Jordan specifically play in these airstrikes against ISIS targets in Syria?
Well, Wolf, early this morning Amman time, we actually launched an airstrike inside the Syrian borders to bomb selected ISIS targets. We have done this early in the morning. It took like 3 hours of time, and then our air jets came back safe. And we announced actually this officially through a military communique. What we are saying at this point is that it is important that 5 Arab nations are coming together collaboratively and declaring that there's a regional effort to stop and fight terrorism in partnership with the United States. I think this is an important political point to be noticed. I think it sends the right message everywhere that this region had enough of the spread of terrorism, and somebody needs to take the right stand and to do the right thing. It's the right thing to do. It's the moral thing to do to fight terrorism and to stop terrorism from spreading all around the region.
Will you keep launching airstrikes against these targets in Syria?
Yes, this is an ongoing operation. In the last couple of days, there has been several attacks on our borders. Syria has been unable to protect the borders from its side. So we're saying that this is going to be an ongoing operation through which we will preempt any attempts to try to cross our borders and infiltrate our borders, and to make sure that our borders are secure and safe. And this is the high interest of the Jordanian states to ensure the security and stability of our borders and our soil.
What about ISIS targets in Iraq? Is that something you're likely to launch airstrikes against as well?
My understanding, this has not been discussed at this point because there's a good level of cooperation going on between the United States and the Iraqi officials and the Iraqi military. So it seems that there seem to be a good effort going on there. The problem is the areas near borders in Syria, next to Jordan borders in Syria, that's the problem. That's very close to Jordan. This is where we have been getting the most of the attacks on our borders.
I heard your King Abdullah, say over the weekend that one of the problems why ISIS is so powerful is because they have so much money. They've robbed a lot of banks. They're exporting oil through the black market. Do you have any idea how much money these ISIS terrorists have?
The estimations we have is that we're talking about almost $1 billion at this point. And this is a lot of money for a terrorist organization. And this money continues to be increased due to the fact that they do control oil and do sell oil. So this is a problem and makes ISIS a self-financing organization, which makes it further more dangerous. So it is important to look at this and to see this differently, because other terrorist organizations struggled financing their operations. This one is not. So they can finance their operations, they can buy operatives, they can pay salaries to terrorists. So that all puts ISIS in a completely different category that needs to be focused on.
What is your intelligence telling you, Minister, about how long we should expect this war to continue? The President of the United States says the U.S. goal is to degrade and ultimately defeat ISIS, destroy ISIS. What are we talking about? Months, years? Any idea how long this will take to destroy ISIS in both Syria and Iraq?
I think over the couple of months, the assessment is that ISIS will be significantly degraded and weakened. But this fight is going to take some time, and that's why we're saying this is an ongoing operation that will continue for the coming period of time. I think it's very difficult to pinpoint a specific time through which we can achieve the declared objective of finishing ISIS completely. But I think over the couple of months we will see a significant weakness and degrading of this terrorist organization. And then the period after that, we will see further success in cracking down on terrorism and ISIS in specific, especially that this regional collaborative effort actually is quite significant and quite important. You're talking about 5 countries coming together, in addition to Iraq, of course, and the United States, joining their effort collectively to crack down on this terrorist organization. This will succeed eventually.
And what has been so impressive to me and so many of our viewers, Minister, in the United States and around the world, we know that Jordan has absorbed hundreds of thousands of Syrian and Iraqi refugees, and now Jordan is going forward with the United States and these 4 other Arab partners and going after ISIS targets in Syria. Thank you very much, Minister Mohammed al-Momani, very much for joining us here in the Situation Room. Good luck to you. Good luck to all the people in the Kingdom of Jordan.